It was a fight 5 years in the making.
Too much, man. You talking too much, bro. You telling them around. Ain't nobody talk from the side.
But you talking to me.
Ain't nobody talk from the side. Why you gotta talk?
Well, talk to me.
It don't matter.
Talk to him.
Tell your nigga to be quiet.
Talk to me.
Don't tell your nigga to be quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
quiet.
quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
quiet. All
quiet.
right, now you talking to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Back
quiet.
to what we was talking about.
Whatever.
Try that body shot shit.
Boxers often control themselves in a way that an outsider would not understand. All of their feelings suppressed up until a single day. But no matter how hard they try to conceal it, that emotion always finds a way to trickle out of the fighters.
Make sure y'all order Fight on Showtime pay-per-view. I guarantee you I'm putting on a great show and a great performance. Make sure you bring your season for Saturday night, because we're going to have a crawfish boil. We're going to boil his ass. And bring the hot sauce soup. Bring the hot sauce soup. You already know Bowman got the season too. He going to be right there with us after the fight.
It was safe to say that both men understood the importance of this fight. So did their teams.
We made this happen. We took every belt. He just had to hold his title and fight nondescript opposition. We beat champions to get here. Listen. Why everybody got something to say? Everybody talking. You're not a fighter. You a fighter?
Funny, y'all, because ain't no more hiding. You can't hide no more, Derek. We're gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something? We've been here before. You trying to get there. All right? I can tell you how it is to be undisputed. You can't tell me shit. Sit back and watch this. Sit back and watch this. I promise you something. I promise you something.
Hey, man, listen, man. They got to make a new weight for you. Super heavyweight. The fuck you talking about? We know
all that shit you talking don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
I can bump my guns at you, and you can bump your guns at me, but at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
That's right.
All right, then, so shut the fuck up.
It's funny to think about now, but after all the roadblocks and all the hurdles, all that was left for a fight 5 years in the making was the simple matter of weighing in under the welterweight limit.
First to the scale with a record of 39 wins, no losses. 30 wins coming by way of knockout in his 18th consecutive world title appearance. Here is the undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford.
These two are both tight at the weight and seem to be headed to the junior middleweight division, but they're two of the best professionals in the sport and made sure they were under the limit for their mega fight.
Here is the undefeated, unified welterweight champion of the world, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr.
This was it. Both men had gotten through perhaps their hardest training camp to date with no glaring issues. Both boxers showed class when seeing each other for the last time until Showtime. It was clear that Spence and Crawford were done talking. It was now time to fight.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. 12 rounds of boxing with the undisputed welterweight championship of the world.
Both Terence "Bud" Crawford and Errol "The Truth" Spence claimed they would win the fight in devastating fashion. But even with all the bravado, few could have predicted this outcome. Terence Crawford blitzed Errol Spence to claim all the titles at welterweight in a blockbuster main event. Bud produced a sensational and dominant performance to make history. Crawford is now the only ever male champion to be undisputed within 2 divisions. But beyond those lofty achievements, the way he tore through Spence was truly a sight to behold. Spence was knocked down in round 2 and twice during the 7th round, before the referee eventually stepped in and waved it off in round number 9. He believed in himself from the very beginning. And 5 years ago on this very day, he told Spence and the world that he was the man. And tonight, he proved it. It's been a long journey. He's been through hell, having been shot in the face, being tied up in contractual disputes, and not getting the fights he wanted. But Crawford is living proof that if you don't give up, you can get to where you need to. And the pursuit of bettering oneself and realizing the greatness within is what boxing is all about. And while Crawford was the victor, he showed all class after the fight, alongside Spence, who refused to make excuses for his loss.
The better man won tonight. Not here to make any excuses. I definitely did the same. Just, my time was off and I couldn't capitalize on a couple of things. And, his time was a lot better than mine tonight. I mean, it's always difficult, but, like I said, I don't make any excuses. The better man won tonight.
Of course, this fight had a rematch clause. As Crawford is the winner, he gets to choose the weight. But for Spence, it could be crucial that it's at junior middleweight, especially since Spence kept stating he felt off at welterweight.
What about Terence surprised you the most? Was it his timing, his power? What surprised you?
Nothing really surprised me. He was just like I thought. It's just my timing wasn't good today. I thought it was gonna be just like the other times, but I couldn't kick it up a notch. I think because my timing was out, he was catching me in between shots.
Crawford in the post-fight interview was gracious as always.
Like I said before, this meant everything to me. I wanted to give honor to God for blessing me to be here, to be able to perform in front of each and every one of y'all. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to thank Errol, Spence, and his team for me and him coming together and getting this fight underway. This is a fight that everybody wanted to see. The whole world was talking about it, and we put on a great show.
He even said he can go up to junior middle to fight Spence again.
Just talked to Errol. He said he hopes to get the rematch, and he would like to have the rematch at 154 pounds. Are you interested in moving up in weight for the rematch, or does it have to be at 47?
It definitely don't have to be at 47. Like I said, I'm in a hurt business. 47 was kind of hard for me too. I was already talking about moving up in weight and challenging Charlo, so 54 wouldn't be outreach of anything.
Regardless, when it was all said and done, both men put on a show and gave the fans what they wanted. And with their conduct and the way they fought their heart out, both Crawford and Spence showed that boxing at its finest is truly the greatest sport in the world.